What's going on, y'all? Ray here with Second Chance Rising, and I'm so glad you decided to join us on this week's Wednesday's Word. So this week we're in Mathew chapter 5, and it's the Sermon on the Mount. And we're going to kind of key in on the first couple verses here. Mathew chapter 5, we're going to start in verse 2 and then read through 3. And he began to teach them, God blesses those who are poor and realize their need for Him, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. Now, I heard this sermon on this a few weeks ago, and I thought it, maybe the way I was interpreting it, but I kind of thought it was coming from more of a literal sense of being poor. And, I thought of I just kind of wanted to expand on that a little bit, and I thought about it, and I said, what about the poor in spirit, not just the poor in wealth? I looked up the definition of poor, and the obvious definitions that we know of unwealthy or inferior, cheap substitute. But one of the other ones was a wealthy young person whose money brings him no contentment. The key part of this verse, I believe, that sets up for the rest of the Beatitudes is the next line where it says, and realizes their need for Him, being Jesus, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. I think that's the key. Doesn't matter our wealthy or status, because there's plenty of people that have plenty of money that are able to get by, that's not their need, that's not their worry. It's the ones that realize that they need Jesus, the ones that realize that the money can't fill that void. It's the ones that realize they need Him when there's sickness in their life, when a child is ill. I know for myself, a lot of people think that I will begin to get back, in tune with the Lord when I'd gotten sick, when I'd gotten diagnosed with cancer. And later on, I'll share my testimony on this channel sometime soon. But really, it was weeks and months before that time that I was realizing that I was needing Jesus in my life. And I think that's the key for so many of us is realizing the need, that there's a gap, there's a hole that's filled in our heart that no one can fill but Him. I hope that you'll read the rest of chapter 5, the Sermon on the Mount. Hope that you'll study it verse by verse, especially the Beatitudes. I hope that you'll share this video, because there might be someone that has that hole in their heart that needs Jesus in their life, that they may realize that Jesus is the answer to everything, that He's the only one that can provide comfort and peace in our time of needs. And He's certainly one that I've always leaned to get through the hard times with, and as well as thanked Him for the blessings of getting through the good times. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate your support. Make sure you like and subscribe. God bless you. Keep looking up, and we'll see you next week.